Pam here from Pam's Crafty Corner. Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. And if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. Here I chat about all things crafty that I work on in the course of a month or several weeks. The majority of which is cross stitch. Most of it is cross stitch, and then I also do some knitting, crochet, a little bit of quilting, hand sewing, and all that sort of good stuff. So it's been a while since I've been here. It's probably been over a month for sure, probably closer to 2 months. I wanted to do a video about what I've been working on for the last 6 weeks or so, and kind of get that Flosstube video out of the way before the start of Flossmas. So I am going to be doing Flossmas again this year. I will be trying to do a video a day, or I might do like 2 days and then upload a video, 2 days, upload a video, like that. We'll see how it goes. I typically start off really strong in December and I'm doing like a video and then it kind of falls off the rails and I lose track of it. So we'll see what happens. So without further ado, let's kind of have a look at a few things I've worked on recently. I'm back to my regular 4 on, 4 off schedule at work, which has been really nice. So I'm getting back into a little bit of a routine with all of my crafts again as well. We're going to have a look at my cross stitch first. So the first thing I will show you is a finish. Now this is something I started several years ago, and it could have been done several years ago. I just never ever got around to finishing it. It isn't washed or pressed. It's kind of just taken off the hoop and I rolled it up. But this is the Jenny Bean Halloween sampler. Here we go. There's the whole thing. And I did the DMC flosses for this. I didn't use any specialty threads, and I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I coffee dyed the fabric myself, and I like how that turned out as well with a bit of modeling on it. I really like the colors. I especially like this tree. Those aren't showing up very well with the way the lighting is down here in my family room, but there you go. Some little gravestones, headstones. There you go. So that was my finish. I worked on that the end of October, and I think I had it pretty much finished by Halloween. That was my goal, to have it finished by Halloween, and I managed it. So now it just needs to be washed and pressed and framed, I guess. That'll go in the box to get done at some point. So that's that one. Let me just see what else I worked on. I also worked on Jenny Beans. Oh yeah, so I did finish that on Halloween. I finished it on Halloween this year. The other thing I worked on was A Christmas Carol, which is like my full coverage piece that I started years ago. I've been diligently working on it throughout this year, and I've put a lot of stitches in this year. I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 count. Please disregard my threads because they're all hanging here now where I have them parked. But this is where it's at. I don't want to unroll the whole thing, but I'm working in the diagonal here. This is about the middle of the chart up. And I'm a nice ways over into the building. You can see the sign for the shipbuilding shop. This is the start of the sign that goes across here for Marley and Scrooge for their business. I suppose I could take the end of the Q-snap off, couldn't I, and show you that part. Here we go, let's try that. There we go. So it's coming along. Right. There's a lot of detail in this piece, a lot of detail in the buildings, the snow falling, the street lamps, the clock. Right, these are the carolers. There's a horse back here. This is a horse-drawn carriage in the background. I really like this piece. So far so good. Lots of nice progress on that one. And I will probably keep this as a focus piece in going into 2025. I would love, I don't know if I'll finish it next year, but it certainly could get, I don't know, close to a finish, but we'll see. My plan is to keep working on that in 2025. So that's a Christmas carol. My other cross-stitch pieces I worked on, I also pulled out, now this was something I had in my stash for a long time, and someone posted on Instagram, I think it might have been Barb. She was working on, it's a William Morris design. Something about a bird and a strawberry, or strawberry pie, or strawberry something. And it's all blue background and there's birds in it. It's really lovely. And I had this, which I got years ago. It was a kit. Now this was like a cheap kit. I don't even know where I got it from. And it looked lovely, but when it came, it only had the material and the chart. Like none of the floss showed up with it. But it is all DMC colors. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give that a try and see what it's like because it's stamped. It's a stamped cross-stitch piece. See? So it's all stamped. And I mean, it's a fair size piece. It's on 14 count Aida. And it's great for taking to work on because I don't need to follow a chart. It's like paint by numbers, right? So whatever color block shows up here, the color code is on the side, and you just pick the symbol you're working on and fill it in. So you can see how much I have done, this top corner, but I don't know if I like how it's turning out. Like this part in here looks pretty good, but I'm not sure about this kind of muddy motif here in the corner, which is supposed to be, well, to be honest, it doesn't look that different on this thing, really, does it? It's like this part up here in the corner. So I don't know. We'll see. I might keep going on it. I might not. The one thing that really irritates me about this stamped piece is, see if I can show it here. There are some of the colors have symbols, but some of them are just colored. And this one that looks like red, and this one that looks like a fuchsia red, fuchsia pink, are so similar. Now I can tell the difference of them there on this piece when I'm looking at it, but when you're looking at it in amongst here, it's very difficult to tell which one's the purpley color or the fuchsia color and which one's the red color. Like these ones are X's so you can see them clearly. Actually, I don't know I don't know if this is zooming in properly, but yeah, so it's been a little bit of guesswork as to what's a red block and what's a fuchsia block. And that gets irritating, I have to say. But other than that, I do like the ease of just picking up the stamped chart and working on it. And what I've been doing, I haven't even been putting this in my hoop. I just have like a big hair clip that I kind of clamp on there, and it's rolled up, and I have been just working on it like this, holding it in my hand and working away on it. Because the fabric is quite stiff, so I can manage to cross stitch without needing my hoop. Because I like the tension that a hoop or a Q-snap gives me. My tension tends to be really, really even. And I don't like stitching without a hoop for that reason, because I like my tension, my stitches to be even. And if I stitch in hand, they just aren't. They always look a bit off to me. So whether or not I keep going on this piece, I don't know. Like I said, it didn't come with any of the floss, so I just cut all of the DMC colors myself and put them on I cut some to try it, to see what it was going to be like and see if I was going to enjoy it. That's the colors for the chart there. And I don't know. So I've kept it in the bag, and if I decide to keep going with that, it'll end up being a project that I can take back and forth to work. The next piece of cross stitch that I worked on, because I kind of got sick and tired of that, I do have an actual William Morris piece that I was working on before. I started it a couple years ago when Allie was here to visit last. Actually, I think I started this. I'll tell you what year I started it, because I wrote it down in here, I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Don't know when I started it. Probably 5 years ago now. Maybe longer than that. Anyway, it's a huge William Morris piece. I'll put a picture in of what it's supposed to look like. This is called Garden of Delight, and I'm doing it on 18 count, and this is how much I have done. I absolutely love it. I think it's just stunning. I love the colors in it. I love the flowers, the floral border. I'm working on this on the diagonal so I can see the piece develop as I'm going. This is very confetti heavy. Like, it's, you know, you would think that this is full of confetti stitches and possibly this, but even all the yellows in the background, the way the color changes, so it's kind of rustic looking, that's even. So the back of this, it's thick. It's like a tapestry. There's quite a lot of changing of colors there, and starting and stopping. So I'm going to keep going with that. It is quite large. It's going to be like, you know, a big tapestry, I think, by the time it's done, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So this one's going to stay in my rotation for 2025 as well, because I'd like to see some progress on that. And I do enjoy working on it. And I don't know why I ever put it away and didn't take it back out again. Okay. I think that's all of the cross stitch I worked on. The Tree with Birds, Jenny Bean's Halloween, the Christmas Carol, and the Garden of Delight. Right now, I just took out this week my Quaker flag sal piece. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm planning on doing 2 of these Quaker flags. I bought the, oops, I just hit the camera, sorry. I bought the chart for the Canadian flag. And I'm stitching it 1 over 1 on 28 count. So that's how much of the Canadian flag I have done. This is where the red stops, and the white stitches, which you can barely see, but they are there. The white stitches start. So that's going on this piece of fabric. It's not that big, right? And then I'm also doing the Republic of Newfoundland flag, which is basically the exact same chart as the Canadian flag, only it's just 3 blocks of color: green, white, and pink. And this is how much I have done on the Republic of Newfoundland flag. So I had started this before. I took it up just a couple days ago, and I put this motif in. This afternoon I started working on this interior block right here. Again, this one is done 1/1 on 28 count. This one goes a little bit further before the white starts. So the white would start here, and then there's pink. So there you go. That's the Quaker flag. So I didn't buy an extra chart for this because she didn't do a chart for the province of Newfoundland. I mean, I could have asked her to, but the chart is identical to the Canadian, like the actual Quaker blocks are identical. And because the Newfoundland flag is literally 3 blocks, just like the Republic like the Irish flag, except the Irish flag is green, white, and orange. The Newfoundland flag, Republic of Newfoundland flag, is green, white, and pink. So I just had to take the entire Quaker chart and split it evenly into 3 sections straight. And that's what I did. I just counted how many stitches across and divided by 3. And I said, okay, well, there's my stopping point for the green. There's my stopping point for the white. And I have the chart uploaded into Pattern Keeper so that I can easily mark off my stitches as I'm going. So there you go. So that's where I am with that. So that's the extent of all of my stitching for the month of November and the very end of October. Other than that, I finished my daughter's, whoops, I just dropped I almost spilled my drink. I finished my daughter's sweater coat that I was working on. I'll insert a picture of it for you. I had made her a granny square purse, and she wanted a matching jacket, and I started the jacket last year, but I didn't really work on it through the summer or anything, and I just finished it so she could wear it this fall. So she's been wearing that. It's pink with sagey green color sleeves. And once I got that finished for her, I have one other project that I started for myself, and that is, it's also a sweater coat for me, but it's all granny squares, and I think it is a Lion brand chart, like a Lion brand pattern, a free one if you want to get it. And I think it's called a coatigan instead of a cardigan. Or, yeah, I think it's called a coatigan. So it calls for 60 granny squares. So far I have completed 30. So I have 10 of this colorway, which is black, cream, garnet, like kind of a wine color, light brown, kind of a mustardy color, and a beigey color. So that's the color scheme for the coat. And then you do these but in variations. So that's one. I have a set of 10 of these that are this color. Then I have a set of 10 more, same colors, just in a different order, right? So it's 10 of these. And then I also have 10 of these. So that's, and they're all outlined in black. So that'll essentially be the basis of the coat. I think there are actually 5 different variations of these granny squares. Again, all using the same colors, just stitching them in a different order. So I've been working on this at work on my break times and my downtime. I've just left the yarn in a bag by my locker, and I can usually bang out a couple of granny squares a shift kind of thing. So over the last couple of weeks, I've managed to do 30 of these squares, all of these three variations, and I need 30 more because the coat calls for 60 granny squares, and then you seam them all together, and you put cuffs on the armbands, and you put a collar and like a front band with buttonholes for the front. So I'll finish those up. I'll do those at work when I have time. No rush on it. It's going to be too cold this winter to wear it outside as a jacket anyway, but I'd like to have it done for the spring or the fall. So I need 30 more of these granny squares. So that's it for my crochet. That's all I've got to show you of that. Excuse me. The last thing, I kind of want to keep this video a little bit short, so I hope you don't feel like I'm rushing through stuff, but I kind of want to just get this video done and get it up so I can concentrate on getting ready for Christmas now and doing my Flossmas videos. So with that being said, Flossmas will be running for me from the 1st of December through to and including probably the 24th. I will be doing little snippets, almost vlog style, throughout my day each day, and then upload those short clips. Sometimes I'll upload a clip a day. Sometimes I might combine a couple days together if I don't have enough footage to show. One of the things that I will be doing during Flossmas, I have all of my Christmas cross-stitch pieces put aside in one box. And I've got them all written on, you know, slips, or I might use one of those spin the wheel decision wheels. I will be working on, I'll pull a pattern and I'll work on that pattern for 2 days. So I have 11 pieces. So that will bring me 22 days of stitching. And then the 23rd and 24th, I can work on something else, or if I've got something that's close to a finish and I want to try and get it finished, I can spend an extra day on it. So I've got a couple of days of play there. If I have a day where I don't happen to stitch, which would be highly unusual for me, then I can spend an extra day getting some stitching done on that. But yeah, 11 pieces. So I'll work on one piece for 2 days, and then I'll rotate out to a different piece. So I will be picking that piece every second day. And I also have an Advent calendar. So I have been making Advent packages for me and the family out of scrap paper that I have from my scrapbooking materials, my paper crafting materials. It's basically just, you just make them a round tube like a toilet paper holder, toilet paper roll, and then I have a paper crimper crimped in the bottom. And then what I'll do is put some little goodies in and turn them this way and crimp across the top, and then you'll have these little packages. So I'll have 24 of these for each of us for the for Christmas, starting December 1st. So I have to get these finished. I have over half of them made now. I just need to finish them off. So a night or so watching TV with the hubby, and I can get the rest of these cut and stuck together. I've just been using double-sided tape to stick them together, so that's worked fine. yeah, and my paper crimper. So there you go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in the midst of making these now for my advent calendars for Christmas. I hope everybody has had a productive couple of months since I've seen you last. I hope you join me for Flossmas. I'm really excited for that this year. My plan, other than the 11 pieces that I want to work on, usually what happens is at the end of, by Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I usually pick up this, A Christmas Carol piece, and I usually work on this for the last week of December every year. So usually I pick this up on Christmas Eve and we'll stitch then right through to New Year's Day on it. So probably do the same thing again this year. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you stuck around, and I hope to see you back here during my Flossmas videos. Take care. Have a fabulous month. Have a fabulous holiday season, and I'll see you again soon.